I now feel like every time that the A's speak or that baseball speaks about the A's, it should be a Mr. Rogers puppet special because everything sounds like the land of make-believe. And last week's unveiling of the A's financing plans for the new ballpark in Las Vegas is exactly that, rooted in make-believe. More on why in just a moment, but a reminder to subscribe to the channel. Click on this button below me. That way you'll get notifications when we've got a new deep dive like this one up or when we go live on Sunday nights. Yep, you'll get notified by clicking on this button below me. Be one with the channel. All right, so the A's did not trot out John Fisher and did not trot out Dave Kaval to tell Las Vegas lawmakers and business officials what exactly the plan was for financing for a new ballpark. I would imagine that's because nobody would believe Fisher or Kaval. Neither one of them sounds at all honest. They all sound like either a total salesman, used car at that in Kaval, or completely underwhelming and a bumbling fool like John Fisher, who's primarily been hidden in the weeds for about 20 years. So Sandy Dean takes the podium to tell Las Vegas how we're going to make this brand new ballpark because, well, it's $1.5 billion and you got to come up with a bulk of the money, A's. So the plan begins with, I know there's $380 million of public money, but we're not even going to use all of that. Oh, you guys have been all too generous, Las Vegas. We will come to the table and make this thing work without all of your public money. How great is that? We're only going to take 350 of the $380 million. Wow, what hearts of gold. Let's just say you went out for a massive dinner with friends, okay? Huge dinner with friends. You guys had multiple glasses of wine, multiple bottles of wine, the highest end steaks that they've got, all types of appetizers, seafood towers, oysters. You went all out. Plus, everybody got desserts as well. And the bill came down and they said, hey, it's going to be $380 per person. And one of the people in the party said, no, you don't have to pay. I've stayed at your house like 25 different times. You've driven me home from the bars how many times? You bailed me out of jail. You don't have to pay. You know what? I got you. And you would turn and say, no. That's too generous. You know what? Give me $350. You can keep 30. Wow, can you believe how giving that would be? That's the first thing that's hysterical. We don't need all $380 million, just 350 of it. Appreciate that, A's. Secondly, on a $1.5 billion stadium, that leaves $1.2 billion that the A's have to come up with. And if you haven't noticed, it's been tough for them to find a nickel to pay for a first baseman, to pay for a free agent, to retain a free agent, to put any type of upgrades into the Oakland Coliseum. So we are now led to believe that the A's somehow have a lender or lenders willing to just pony up $300 million. That's what the A's are telling us. Out of the 1.2 we owe towards this ballpark, $300 million of it, we're just going to get given to us from lenders. Interesting. Usually lenders want to give money to a healthy organization that they believe they'll get their money back and then some with interest. Oh no, but I'm sure there's just hundreds of millions of dollars lying around for people to throw at the feet of one of the worst businessmen we've seen in a long time and by far the worst professional sports owner out of the major leagues in North America. Oh yeah. How many hundreds of million dollars do you need, John? It might be more effective to tell Vegas residents to close their eyes and kids think really hard and imagine Mr. Rogers' cavalcade of characters giving you bags of money to build a castle in the desert. Yes, this is Lady Elaine from Mr. Rogers just throwing you tons of cash because we believe in you. All right, so now that leaves $800 million. And we are led to believe that if needed, John Fisher's personal equity could completely cover that. Well, somebody call Daniel Tiger over here because this is exciting. This is a man that has spent absolutely no money watching the Oakland Coliseum rot to its death. This is a man that has not signed any free agents. This is a man that has not retained any of his star players. And this is a man that cannot put one foot in front of the other. He is completely disorganized, and the entire organization's lurching attempt at Las Vegas has seemed bumbling at best, criminal at worst. But this is a guy that can quickly just empty out his pockets, write a check for $800 million. Oh yes, that sounds completely realistic. Where's Cousin Mary Owl? Because here she is once again to just let John Fisher climb to the top of the castle and rain gold coins down on all the countrymen. Who believes this? If you were a lawmaker, a business leader, somebody with some type of vested interest in this, you should smell a rat. Why isn't anybody saying, that doesn't make any sense? They have no money. They've shown they have no money. For 20 plus years, the A's have been the cheapskate, goodwill store, thrift shop organization in all of sports. In all of sports. The cheapest paupers in all of the land. John Fisher, Dave Kaval, and the A's. And here we are watching them wave a magic wand and say, oh, we can come up with $300 million from a lender, and I've got $800 million as is, so we're fine here. Give us the names, any of the names, any of the ways that you're going to make this money happen, and the A's can't do so. Well, we're about 2.5 months away from the end of this season, and then it's real go time, because shovels should start getting into the ground in 2025, no? And we've got a clock ticking on Sacramento in a minor league baseball stadium at 120 degrees on artificial turf for the next 3 years. And so we should start having some type of evidence that this thing is actually going to come together. And instead, it's just more make-believe. They may as well have said all the PSLs they'll sell is to a very hungry market of mermaids and unicorns. Here's Neil DeMouse from the website Field of Schemes, which documents all of these ridiculous inner workings of stadium shell games that happen throughout the country. The headline, Vegas Stadium Authority docs reveal Fisher to get A Stadium money from PSLs and somewhere. He wraps it up by saying this, quote, is looking like a big pile of nothing. Here's Scott Robin, who runs the website Vital Vegas and has been very cynical on any of these suggestions, proclamations, promises from the A's. Quote, when we say there's no funding for a ballpark, we aren't exaggerating. It's all smoke and mirrors from the A's, abetted by public officials. It's the illusion of activity, of progress, of something being accomplished. Hopes and promises aren't financing. Words and proposals and laughable renderings don't pay for things. Well said. The final piece of this was a little nugget inserted in this meeting in which Sandy Dean admitted that, well, the ballpark's likely not to look like the actual renderings that are out there. That armadillo-shaped Sydney Opera House retractable roof type of thing. Oh, you don't say. Hey, Vegas, don't fall for this. And Major League Baseball, shame on you for promoting this and letting it happen. There's no money for this right now. Get King Friday and Cousin Mary Owl together. Let them know. The A's have all the money in the world. They just don't know where it's going to come from yet. Hey, thanks for watching, everybody. For more videos like this, click on this button right next to me. That way you'll get notifications when we've got new DA deep dives up like this. I've got long-form conversations coming with people that are covering this on a daily basis because the clock is ticking on the ridiculousness, and it's only getting worse. Appreciate you watching, everybody. I'm DA, Damon Amendolara. We'll see you next time.